Good afternoon. Welcome to today's edition of Take 5. Getting this up a little late, so it's afternoon. The lighting's not quite the way I like it. I look like I'm in shadows because I am. Had internet issues early, but so glad you're here, and especially those of you who are part of the People Collab, who watch their videos as I do. I love the stuff that our young people do. I'm teaching teens and tweens the Word of God here. We're in Matthew chapter 19. We're in verse 13. Then children were brought to him that he might lay his hands on them and pray. The disciples rebuked the people, but Jesus said, Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for to such belongs the kingdom of heaven. And he laid his hands on them and went away. Now, for those of you who've been with me since I started teaching back in January 1st, this is the second time in the Gospel of Matthew that Jesus has said that the kingdom of heaven belongs to those that are like little children. And what you got here, you've got these people are bringing their kids to him that he could lay his hands on them and pray for them. They want Jesus to bless their children, and the disciples are basically saying, get them out of here. You don't need to fool with those little kids. Those little kids, they're just such a nuisance. And Jesus says, no, 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 no. Those kids are not a nuisance. As a matter of fact, you got to be like those little kids to get in the kingdom of heaven. Now, so I know a lot of you got little brothers and sisters, and they're kind of pests sometimes, and maybe you pick on them, and then maybe they get you in trouble and stuff like that. But we're talking about really little children here, like 3 and 4 years old probably, and maybe 5. And look at the good qualities in them, and that's what Jesus is talking about. How they're teachable, how they want to learn, how they express their feelings, how they trust their mom and their dad, how they're willing to have fun and play and get excited. And they're not talking about politics, and they're not worried about all kinds of crazy things, and they're not stressed out. He's saying you've got to be that way. Okay, not annoying. I know they can be annoying sometimes. Not annoying, but look at the good qualities in those children. He says that's what you need to have to be in the kingdom of heaven. So remember when you were that age, and remember how you were. Well, be that way with God, see? Be that way with him, and you can get into heaven. All right? That sound great? Hey, got it a lot less than 5 minutes today. Going to always try to keep it less than 5. Love you guys. Appreciate you watching. Come back tomorrow. Hopefully no internet issues, and we'll get it on a little earlier on the next edition of Take 5.